Welcome. In this video, you'll understand null values in SQL. Null values plays very important role in terms of when the operations are carried out and it involves null as the operand. So what exactly null? You already have seen in ER model also and relational model. Null represents a missing, unknown or inapplicable value. It doesn't mean zero. Okay, most students confuse here. Null is not zero. Null is also not a empty string. Null doesn't mean it is false. Now, what exactly, where can you see such examples? See, employee, in employee table, employee salary not yet entered. So in that case, I will put it as, I cannot put it as 0. I will put it as null. Student phone number is not available, so I will put it as null. Optional attribute not filled. For example, say that I have first name, last name and middle name. Middle name is optional. Okay, for some people, middle name not be there. Now we will see on different operations, okay, and operators how exactly null works. So let's start with the arithmetic operations, the addition, subtraction, multiplication and all those things, division. So any arithmetic expression involving null always produces null. This is an important point. Any arithmetic expression involving null will always produce a null. So for example, a plus 5. If a is null, okay, if a value in the table or this column is null, then the result will be null. Similarly for multiplication and then division and subtraction. The result cannot be determined if one operand is unknown. So here, if A is null, then the outcome is null. If A is unknown, for example, A is unknown, we don't know, then I cannot find the result. The result is also not known. Okay, so it is not null. That is the difference. If one operand is null, then the result is null. But if one operand is unknown, we don't know, then it cannot be determined. A plus 5. So A we don't know, then we cannot determine the result of the expression. So for example, we have an employee table, 2 employees information is there. Employee E1 bonus 500 and for employee E2 the bonus is null. So what I am doing here is select ID bonus plus 100. I am adding 100 to the bonus from employee table. So the result is nothing but what? For E2, employee E2, this will be null plus 100. So null plus 100 is always null. So in the result table or the result will have it as null. The null in the comparison operator. The comparison greater than, less than, greater than, equal to and all those things. Comparison with null results in unknown. Okay. So comparison operators with null will always result in unknown. Okay. The comparison operator's outcome is either true or false. You already know in most of the programming languages. But in SQL, it's a 3-valued logic. It can be true, false, or the result is unknown. We don't know. So for example, salary greater than 5,000. If salary is null, if salary value is null, then the result is unknown. Similarly, A equal to null. If A is unknown, then the result is unknown. Okay. So if where condition evaluates to false or unknown, the row is not selected. This is very important. It is if the result of the expression is false. See, this is how the comparison operator work. For example, say salary, so employee dot salary, this is greater than 50,000. So this is a comparison operator. If this is true for that particular employee, the salary is greater than 50,000, then that row will be selected in the result, right? So this result, if it is true, then the row is selected. If it is false, then that particular row will not be selected. That is how the where condition works and with the comparison. Now it is similar to false case. If the result is unknown, we don't know what to do, so I will not select that row in the result. So it is as good as becoming a false, but it is not false. The result of a comparison operator, if it is unknown, then I will not select that row in the result. So what is the 3-valued logic, how it is evaluated? So AND. True and unknown is always unknown because it's a and. Means if it is 1 and then I don't know anything here. So I cannot say 0 means false. Okay, I cannot say false or something. So I don't know. The result is unknown. Because for and to be true, it should be always, both should be true. Both the operands should be true. False and unknown is always false because false and it is and. So if one of the operand is 0, then the result is 0. That is false. So this holds. False and unknown is false always. True and unknown is unknown because I don't know about this. Unknown and unknown is always unknown. In case of OR, so it is just opposite of AND. So if one operand is true, then whatever may be the other operand, it is result will always be true because one is true. False or unknown is unknown because if it is false, then other should be true for the result to be true. Okay. So other to be false for the result to be false. Okay. So this is unknown. Unknown or unknown is already unknown. So negation not of unknown is always unknown. Cannot say that not of known is known. Cannot say that. Next is the comparison with the null value. Select ID from employee where bonus is greater than 200. So ID, so E1 has 500 bonus, E2 is null. What will happen? Row E2 is excluded because see what is the comparison happening here. So for E1, the bonus is 500 is greater than 200. So this will become true for the first row for E1. So this row will be selected in the result. So E1 will be selected. Now for E2, the comparison null greater than 200. So comparison with what? Null will be excluded. It is unknown. The result is unknown and hence the row is excluded. So it is not included in the result E2. E2 is not included. Now testing the null values. If I want to test whether a particular value is null or not null, how will I check? Null cannot be tested using equality operators. You cannot say where salary equal to null. This is wrong. Okay. So for that you have to use the is operator, is. Salary is null or where salary is not null. So is used to check null. Compare with the null. So salary is null. You cannot say salary equal to null. If there is a value, then you can say equal to. Select name from instructor where salary is null. So this value I can check using null. So only those rows will be selected where this is true. So now this expression becomes true for this row. B is null. That will be selected in the result. Now the most important concept is null and aggregate functions. How your aggregate functions, sum, average, min, max and count behaves when there are null values in the columns. All aggregate functions ignore null value. Okay, except the count star. The count star always counts nulls also. Counts null. Because star means everything. All. Count null also. Sum ignores null. Average ignores null. Minimum ignores null. Maximum ignores null. Ignores means what? That tuple itself is not counted. Okay. And also count, you give a specific column, then also it ignores null. Whereas count star counts all the rows. So for example, say that select sum salary and average salary, and then count salary, and then count star from instructor. So here the salary is given here. So here I have for B there is a null value. One null value is there. What will be sum of this? Sum will be this and this. Now take sum of this column. So this will be ignored. This row is considered not there. Ignored means not there. So it will be 12,000, 1,20,000, 50,000 plus 70,000. Then if I take the average again, average is not divided by 3 here. So because this row itself is ignored. So assuming that there are only 2 rows now, we are assuming only 2 rows in the result. So it will be divided by 2. So 50 plus 70 by 2. So it is 60,000. So don't divide by 3 here. It is null. Average salary always excludes. That means it assumes that row is not there. Okay, it only counts those rows which are present. Then count salary. So count and passing the salary as the parameter to the count function. That is, salary is the attribute name or column name. In that case, it will ignore null. So again, treat it as not there. This row is not there. So again, the count will be 2. If I do count star, so it will not ignore this row. All the rows, including null, will also be counted. So the result will be 3. So that is how the null values affect the aggregate functions. Then when it comes to group by, how the null affects the group by. In group by, the null values are treated as entire one group. Okay. So for example, select department, count star from instructor, group by department. So there is a instructor table. Here I have say instructor ID and then department name. Instructor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then department CS, CS, CS. Here you have null, say null, PCE, and then EE. Now, when I do group by, so I'm selecting the group. So CS group is 1, and then I'm selecting the count 3. The result of this query I'm saying. Then I have ECE, it is 1. There is 1 row. So it is one group. CS one group, EC one group. Now EE one group. So it is also having 1. Now, what about the null? So there are 2 values, there are null. So in group by, if there are null value, then I use group by department. So this department now contains null values. So separate group will be created for null. They are not ignored. Separate group will be created for null. So how many nulls are there? That count will be given here, 2 nulls. So this is important point. If there are null values in group by for a particular attribute or column, then that is treated as one separate group. All null will be one group. That is how group by works with null values. So in the next video, you'll understand the concept of joins in the SQL. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share.